decisions, whether you're going or you're directing someone else to go, that communication is key. So, getting back into our D zone and sorting things out, and offensively making sure that we're putting pucks behind their D when there isn't a play to be made. When there's plays to be made, we want you to make plays, but making their D turn, especially early in this game, that's going to be one of the focuses.
Number 30, Vaitin Olivara. And out of defense, number 12, Jason Millett. On defense, number 15, Wyatt Harris. And left wing, number 23, Aiden Merrick. At right wing, number 18, Mo Costa. At center, number 19, James Skittleberry. The equipment manager.
All right, Vaitin Olivara in the pipes. Choppy pregame. It doesn't matter. The Steel and Hawks coming at you from the Fox Valley Ice Arena for the third and final time this season. Here's Mike Motto in conclusion.
Regardless of the officiating or what might happen, I was getting into at least a little bit in the third, but you realize too, it's just there's some situational things at times that we saw last weekend. But what is the staff's or your thoughts, at least in some of the situational moments?
Well, I think, everyone talks about development, and that's skill development, personal, individual, your hands, your skating, your passing, but a huge part of development is game management, and you have to be put in those situations to be able to perform or not perform. And sometimes, when we talk about game management and it's not done properly, we've seen the negative results of it. So it's really just staying the course on the messaging, reinforcing through video, reinforcing through the communication on the bench in game about those situational tendencies in that game management, whether it be gaining a zone, when a play isn't there, or a time on clock. There's certain things, and then leading into that's discipline. So discipline in your game and discipline in keeping your emotions in check to stay out of the box or not retaliate. Those are the things that winning hockey teams do.
Wonderful job, wonderful. Mark Citron bringing you Chicago Steel Hockey. All the details. Motsy's very soft-spoken. However, man, he lets them rip when they go off the tongue. Same details are going to apply the rest of the year, folks, right? We talk about situational play. We talk about, how about in the real world? Other jobs too. It's just when they say communication, and it's interesting, at least with the forwards coming back and applying to the defense, but Waterloo Blackhawks, Chicago Steel, 5 points out of a playoff spot. We get it. But this is an interesting game here tonight, as right now Steel, again, trying to at least finish the weekend with the sweep as we get set to have the face-off at center. Wait 1 sec, folks, as Peter Goldman's got a message. Okay, what a special shout out there is Alexis Ablov. We want to congratulate her. Usually when I get news at this time, it's not good. But I know she told me before the game, congratulations on her engagement, but we got some celebrations and business to take care of here. It was very heartwarming as they're in game mode, but yeah, before the game shout outs, they are a little bit nerve-wracking, actually, I'd say. Once again, Stuart Carruthers, Calvin Stace are paying us today. Our lines pandas are calling Lightfoot and Sean Rounds. I kept saying Panda night was next week, folks. Stay tuned. We still have a trio of weekend games, but right now it's the present moment. James Scantlebury wins the face-off, and the steal underway here against the Hawks of Waterloo as the puck knifed off the twig of Dylan Nolan and scrolls to center. Hawks playing the body. Mentioned that early in the pregame in our unorthodox pregame show. But little Cobb had some of those technical cobwebs. Here's a stretch pass now for Aiden Merrick down the far wing, the former Waterloo Hawk. Squirted free through the Waterloo defense. As now it's behind the Waterloo net. Played off by Reber, and now it's a lane for Lala Birdie as Tuminaro lost an edge on the ice surface. Beautiful day here at Fox Valley Ice Arena. As the steal. Here out with the puck, Kudrick. Gockler now behind the Chicago net. Tuminaro, hook pass. First minute of this one is off the glass, inertia. Vikla, safe to center. Crowder on the forecheck, 100th USHL game for Pound Town. As PA announcer Jim Leo says, I might have to get a Jackson Crowder jersey. Frito, one-timer, save, rebound. Gockler, a chipper to the net. Never got through, was blocked by Vikla. Crowder, 10 points his last 4 games, including the hat trick on Friday against Waterloo. 5-point night yesterday, the hat trick, I beg your pardon. He had the 5-point night Friday, and the hat trick has no score here. Still D2D in their own zone, shorter, far side to Spagnolo. Zach Spagnolo ahead as this is Grandy. Now to Asadori and his view. Loved this trio yesterday. We're effective every single shift. Lose the puck though right now. Held in by Grandy right side. Tinker it down low. Schneider got a piece, but now it's View. Trying to protect the puck. It's stapled off there beautifully by Russell. James, as his brother Hayden is scratched this afternoon. No score remains, 17:52. Period 1. Happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. And no, the beautiful weather actually means, hey, a little bit maybe softer conditions on that ice surface. As we saw Tuminaro lose an edge as Trevor O'Donohue gets stapled by Harris. Puck free to the top slot of the Chicago zone. Jason Millett shuffles it back to Reber at his own blue line. Swirls it to the neutral zone. Step up, but the puck lost there from Rio Traharn, who's in the lineup here for the Hawks, was not playing on Friday night. Still 2-0 versus Waterloo. As I mentioned in the pregame show, losers of 18 and 19 games, the Hawks. And that's where, hey, you think it's an easy game? No one ever said it was going to be, but I mentioned about 10 times how this is just a trap game, and the Steel got to be dialed in. You don't expect it to be like last night. You can win ugly today as long as you get the 2 points. Here's Tolan now picking it up down the left wing. Got some coverage on them from Adam Tim. Tim coming over, as I mentioned, that Gamblers trade on Friday before the deadline weeks ago, but he'll be a good addition for the group moving forward. 16:45, still trying to get to the forecheck here. Bouncing puck. Merrick will just restart here in his own zone. Merrick lost an edge there in his own zone. He's got pressure on him from Colin Emery. Scored it on against the Steel on Friday. First goal for Waterloo. Sinercha looks ahead. No icing. Merrick first to the puck as he retrieves. With Reber on his tail, Reber sticks him off the puck. And now Scantlebury strips. Merrick, right circle, back to Scantlebury. Deep slot, missed the wrister. Tried to be soccer kicked by Merrick. And off the end boards, shorter sparring as this is hit into the Fox Valley faithful at 16:03 in the first. No score. Oh, good start for both teams. Seem fresh. Again, Hawks losing 9-1 last night. I mean, that's a question for Scott Gomez and Mike Motto. Or as a pro, when you lose like that, I bet, and we've talked about it, Gomer, where here it's harder, as he said, in some ways, because you're waiting a week or so before you can play again, or you have a bad taste in your mouth like that, and all you want to do is just get at it again. And so for Waterloo here this afternoon, looking to ruin at least some playoff hopes significantly. Well, Vady Loivara, 8th straight start for the Steel. Phenomenal once again last night. The Steel defense was just gorgeous in front of him. But the Hawks with possession right now as it's Salvatore Viviano looking down the right wing here for Jacob Lynch. As the puck fought for, and Lynch gets a piece. Back to the steel blue line it goes. Look out, Fox Valley faithful. I can't even look anymore. As I said, it's just like a foul ball in baseball. It's just, you got to be paying attention, folks. No score, 15-27 the first. Mentioned that Aiden Merrick, the former Waterloo Hawk, played in 28 games for the Hawks at 18 points before they dealt him to the Steel. For some compensation in the draft, says here's Waterloo now with some good speed. On the backhand, Flo Ibarra, big save on Owen DeGraff. As right now it's Keegan Davis on the forecheck. Shots even at 1. As Steel D-to-D Millet here from Harris, neutral zone Grandy. Spatulas as it's stirred by Asadori and Schneider intercepts. Schneider tips for DeGraff. From the Chicago bench as the puck work free. Asadori in his own zone above the left dot. Ripples it across to Harris softly. Neutral zone nudge. Grandy will charge it in deep, head to the bench. Well, Grandy, Asadorian, and Vuste out as the puck was held there by Cam Milani. Fresh from the Steel, at least press box. Affiliate call up in the lineup here during number 4 in these black red trim sweaters. As the Hawks with no score, Jackson Schneider through the right wing side. Looking to chip and chase Waterloo. Trevor O'Donoghue trying to spike it. Flag down by Cole Tuminaro, the South Beloit native. Trying to chisel it. Overflew the puck down the right side, a foot in front of the blue line as Rylan Rooney reshapes things. No score. Steel trying to muster it in from Milani. Big check there on Tolan by Lafleur. As that's Travis Lafleur. On the retrieve, O'Donoghue fakes the dump. Now he'll skirt it up the boards for Treharn. Treharn looking for the home run pass. No icing on the play as Lafleur's going to get there. Dashed by Loavati. But the puck here taken by O'Donoghue, who scored his first USHL game. And a backhanded feed broken up. Leaks free as Djanovic. Left side. Down low. Good shift here for the Hawks. No score yet with the puck. Emery twisting and turning a shot, and it just trickled into the glove like a little bit of a soft line drive from Lo Ibarra. He'll hang on. 13-18 the first. No score from Fox Valley Ice Arena. Now you're tuning into Chicago Steel Hockey. The real news is where's St. Sack, Katie Sack. She's usually shuttling Rusty on our first media timeout. And now we got Rusty's birthday. Well, it wasn't Bernie's birthday yesterday, but boy, that was fun. Couple of your mascots here. Hammy from Rockford, no score. Good start for Waterloo. Steel kind of feeling it out here. Icing in Chicago. No, it's, you get your best win of the year, and maybe for Waterloo you get your worst result last night. And so I find it fascinating, like the psychology behind this, because when you're a competitor like these guys are, you're trying to find ways. You're trying to find ways to get through, and it's like you have an opportunity here to ruin somebody, a potential, their playoff season hopes. I mean, whatever the motivation might be, I mean, you just got whooped last night. You don't wake up and just say, man, you might feel it originally, but For these guys, you want to win. Steele on the exit. Hawks have had a decent, again, we're about 12:55 in the first, but Steele and their breakouts having a hard time sustaining offense so far as Kazda behind his own net chips for Spagnuolo. Hard, but off a stick, and now Nolan will keep it alive. Oh, off the puck. Good work from the Hawks. As the Steele chip it softly, and now Davis on the far side. Sticked by Merrick. 12:35 in the first. Shots 2-1 Hawks, no score. As D-to-D, Spagnuolo and Shorter chipped over the logo, but Jackson Schneider steps up, takes it, has a route here. Down the left wing, Schneider, a little soft backhander, but batted at, cleared on the goal line. Good play by Crowder. As that puck had eyes. Hawks, Davis firing into the far corner. Millet on the retrieval. Boxed out there wonderfully by Viviano. Puck now, Harrison double coverage. Viviano wraps him up. Kicked to Crowder ahead of him. Crowder skims it to Gockler now. Looking right for Kudrick. Down low. Gockler looking for a play. Gockler to Crowder in tight. Big right pad save. Base of the left circle. Good look for the Steele first in the evening as Davis. That's an icing call. It should be, but they've let it go with 11:41 here in the first. Don't mind that. I like a good pace. Here's Steele breaking out. Gockler again down the left wing. Drizzle off a hook pass there. A piece for Lynch as Gockler looked impeded with. We play on. As Jimmy Reber off to the races looking for Drew Waterfield, the Aurora native. Waterfield pumps it. Rister Reber save. And then the rebound again here toward the Hawks. Picked up by Tim. Left point, Lala Birdie. Shot off of Kudrick, squandering in front of the Chicago net. No score right now. Steele, though, need a change. At least Gockler needs to come off. Crowder and Kudrick out here as well, as this is one-handed. Poked at by Kudrick, hammered ahead as Crowder trying to chase it down. It was sealed off the puck by Lala Birdie. Steele change behind the play. No score, 10:50 in the first. Hawks, nice check by Crowder going to the bench as he gets into it in front of the Steele bench. A little extra there as Crowder getting engaged with Tim as those two tussle. Referee never called anything, but I think they did. One referee did. An extra shot on Crowder from Adam Tim, who can't contain himself, and that is the stuff that Pound Town, not just scoring goals, things of that nature. Steele looking for the first goal, this one. 10:41 here in the first. Kazda will take the draw for Chicago. As Timbuk Timmy tiptoes into the face-off circle. Steele 10th in the USHL. On the man advantage. Did not have a power play yesterday. Scored 2 against the Hawks on Friday on the 5-minute major late to effectively win the hockey game. Sinercha. Right side, Scantleberry. Back to Sinercha. Scantleberry. Right circle. Sinercha. One touch. Down low. As Kazda playing to Merrick. Deep slot, Sinercha. 10-10 the first. Merrick back to Sinercha. Lets it go. Save. Rebound. Score. Hayden Merrick takes it home, and on the rebound, the Steele strike a power play goal. 1-0 Chicago. Good puck movement here. Sinercha around the clock. This time, Kudrick playing catch with the eventual goal scorer. Merrick, nice little seam pass back up top. Sinercha throwing it right back on the rip, letting it go smoothly. Love it. 10:04 to go in the first, 1-0 Steele. Well, for Chicago, 2-4 versus the Western Conference this season for what it's worth. But more importantly, 17-6-4 when they get that first goal. Waterloo about 500 when they do. So right now, stolen on the forecheck, zipped a puck back as it went to the left side. Shorter on the backhand. Left side as the puck funneled. As DeGraff can't get it out. Vikla, who took the major Friday, into the boards with Rylan Rooney. Puck squirts free, back to the logo at center. Backpedaled Spagnuolo, 9:27, the first Waterloo steal. Well, also shout out to the Bauer family. They got 3 birthdays they're celebrating today. And met his grandmother, Joey Bauer, our strength and conditioning coach. Scary guy, great guy, more importantly. I'm just scared, I think, of leveling up. I want to level up, but man, JB, what a job really he does with these guys. As Strom will pluck it in deep, 9 to play here in the first. As on the retriever, Reber, he's been pretty impressive, at least at times. Pretty fluid defenseman, very stocky, if you will, like a lot of these other USHL players. Nolan to the net, off a stick. Zips to the far corner. Hawks looking to respond. Ty Mason, the leading scorer. He had his 24th last night, the only goal for Waterloo. And a 9-1 absolute obliteration. And a Cowbell Cup game as Dubuque's been the Cowbell Cup winners. It's the all Iowa teams battle as Grandy gets a flip pass here. Triton was sealed off. One hands it to Asador into the net. Save, rebound in front. And brushed to Tumanaro here from view. Tumanaro to the net. Backhander, and it was a stick-on puck play by Nolan, who got out of trouble. One, I think Chicago remains with 8-10 in the first. Ice there by Nolan as we get the call with 8:04 here in period 1. 1-0 steal. Well, folks, still a ton of nights. Let's get this referee night. Okay, so it's Saturday, March 21st is Panda night. I kept saying yesterday it was this week. So Saturday, there's a trio fun. So Friday is Military Appreciation Night. That is Friday, March 30th, presented by Ozinga. And the Steel will be wearing special military-themed jerseys that will be auctioned off by the Wounded Warrior Project. As this one is thunderously cleared down by the Hawks. 1-0 steal. Aiden Merrick's 12th of the year, the former Hawk. And with 7:58 and a 5-4 shot total, Steel face off in the offensive zone. False start warning is assessed. Kudrick trying to win it to Crowder. Raced through center by Mason. And lost the puck, but Crowder turned it over to Viviano down the right wing. Could be trouble here. As Viviano had an option with Davis to his right, swirls back, and now he looked for the trailer. Vikla going to the net. Out of Vikla. Slides it far side, 7:34, period 1. Thank you for tuning in as always, folks. Your support means the world. As right now, Steele off through center. Gockler firing in, but eventually plugged back by Djonkovic. Deep as Sinercha goes to fetch by in his own net. He's got some pressure from Viviano, goes left to Gockler. How about special teams? We briefly mentioned, I think, once in the pregame, but big to capitalize. There's Gockler going to that stick-on puck there by Vikla. The maroon puck. Crowder to Spagnuolo. Just couldn't take it cleanly. A couple Texas boys looking to connect. Shorter's got it. Right point. Great pass to Merrick again. He shoots and he hit the side of the net. I know from that angle it looks like it's in. Has been there, done that. And Shorter winds and fires. Blocker saved. Is made by Callaway. Shots are 6-4 steal in case you're curious. 1-0 Chicago. Score on the board that matters is Scantlebury diving for a loose puck. Intercepted by Waterloo. Carlson will rewind in his own zone. Far circle. Cosda's on his tail. Scantlebury's on his tail. Goes to the far side. Merrick is there. Merrick taken down by Vikla. Steele with the puck. There you go. Great back check. Or forecheck here as now it's Shorter getting a look from Scantlebury in the circle, and he's denied. Excellent stuff from the Steel. Chicago 1, Hawks nothing. Huge power play goal here. 6:17 in the first. Chicago Steel Hockey. Fox Valley faithful coming out for Rusty's birthday today. Well, PA Jim Leo said his favorite mascot is the Culver Cone. A little soft serve ice cream cone. He is kind of adorable. Getting pictures right now from the Fox Valley faithful. 1-0 steal. 6:17 the first. Cosda pokes it back here in the offensive zone to Zach Spagnola. Spatulas it right as it's hoisted around Cosda. As a tie-up from Vikla on Merrick. Merrick with 2 great chances, including the steal goal. As now it's funneled out by the Hawks. Waterfields driving in is overtaken by Cosda. Cosda, couple of goals last night. He also does a great impression of yours truly as tying up was Lynch there. Shorter puck now played. Spagnola back and forth here to Scantlebury. Red line over the Hawks line off a shin pad. Rolls to the logo at center with 5:37 here in the first. Cosda will take it cleanly, drop it for Harris. Merrick inside out, going to the net. Toe drag was bumped off the puck as it's loose as Millett coming in. DeGraff on the coverage. Meanwhile, Millett shuttles it by the net. Merrick sidesteps. Nice pass here to Harris. Fires a wrister, is tracked and off the glove of Callaway. Saw it the whole way. Back to Harris it goes. The former Hawk sliding in left to Millett. Wines doesn't shoot. Left to Rooney in tight, a few feet out. Save is made by Callaway, who's still like a statue. And he'll absorb that shot and make the stop. 1-0 steal with 5:05 here in the first. Well, here's that weekend of trifecta. March 30th through the 22nd. So we mentioned Military Appreciation Night on Friday, Panda Referee Appreciation Night Saturday, and then Sunday is part 2 of our trading card set giveaway presented by Riverfront Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck Center. Stay after the game for full team autographs. Who else do we have for Rusty's? Because I was talking mascots too earlier, which is great stuff, but I know we're in the middle of an important game. And well, I like Dash from the Iowa Heartlanders was there for Bernie's mascot mania. He's a funny dude. He gets involved. He's trouble. Milani threw it to the front of the net, intercepted by Jackson Schneider, but he got pressured from Rooney. Rooney's got a takeaway here, but he just got taken down by O'Donohue, who just sealed him off. On the puck, and now it rolls still in the Hawk zone. Good check by Strom, but it's leapfrogged out as Harris spins, gets a piece of the puck. His D partner, Jason Millett, and Maine champion swimmer, yes, Jason Millett, will get the puck in here deep, stealing the forecheck. Strom overrides his stick. Tuminaro step up as Tim greets him, a pair of 25s and a piece of rubber. On a Sunday afternoon as Mother Nature turning the clock forward. Beautiful day. As here's Grandy now, sidestepping, gets some pressure on him there from Emery. 1-0 Chicago with 4:05 in the first. Drops it for Strom down the right wing. Trying to make a play, bumped into by Schneider. As Treharn will level it back here for Schneider. Bouncing puck over the center ice. D to D, Sanhercha. To Monero, playing catch. And I like it, still trying to simplify their game here. And an interception here off the puck. Good work. Dylan Nolan right back to Tuminaro. Banks it on the backhands. And back through center. Red line swooped in by Emery. Lost the puck here to Sanhercha. Looking ahead, this is an icing call against the Steel. I like it hot and heavy though, and I'm surprised. That's good. Because this ice surface, it just seems shredded, melted a little bit, and the puck rolling great. I love it. Shout out to our rink staff and behind-the-scenes crew. 1-0 Steel with 3:24 in the first, and don't miss our annual Teddy Bear Toss presented by Geneva Family Dental. That's Saturday, March 14th when the Steel hosts Muskegon. Bring a new stuffed animal friend to toss on the ice following the first Steel goal. As this is shot, and a really big save from Loe Vara there. Off a face-off win from Lalaberti as here's Lalaberti let it go. Carlson and Viviano on the forecheck. Carlson to Viviano, shoots, he missed. Blocker side at a good look. About 10 feet out. Hawks threatening here. Off the icing call, Lalaberti. Chipper from Viviano. Stick on puck, Sanhercha. Tweaked out by Grandy. Hawks have to re-tag. They never did. So Steel have the puck in their own zone with 2:50 in the first. And once again, the goaltender for the Steel, Vedi Loivara, showing why he's boss. Couple huge saves right there to keep it 1-0 Steel. Flaked up and out of play towards the offensive territory as we get the whistle stoppage of play. Face off in Hawks territory. Crowder at his 100th USHL game will take it. He's had 11 multi-point games this year, has Jackson Crowder. He's got 10 points in his last 4 games. 4 goals, 6 assists from Pound Town. Well, I think his secondary nickname would be Frito because he's from the Texas area, and man, for Fritos are just great, but that's another story. Oh, here's a chance. Rebound. Gockler's denied on a glove save. Yeah, well, he likes Pound Town likes Cheetos on his sandwich. Sounds like a mess. And nothing Pound Town can't handle. 1-0 Chicago, 7-4 the shot steal. You're going to hear a lap around the rink from Brady Kudrick in our Sunday special in our first intermission report. Let's see what extra credit's got. See if he's got any extra credit in the media column. Crowder to settle in for the faceoff against Travis Lafleur. And now it's Vikla to Treharn, who will just jobble it into Steel territory, fielded by Spagnuolo. Little hot and heavy, but poked forward by Kudrick. And Steel with great speed. Gockler's off to the races. He gets in. Big stop made there by Callaway as it was a little chipper to the net, but he fought it off and stood tall to make the save on Gockler. Dark Horse burst of speed. Trying to finish the forecheck. Tim, those side steps as he levels the grounder. It's that time of year. Fielded by Loivara, who told me about Finnish baseball. And folks, if you can tell me about Finnish baseball, I'll give you, I don't know, a prize or something like that. It is very, he told me in advance, it's very confusing. Finnish baseball, and it is. If you just go on YouTube and you're really bored one day, you can look it up and tell me how your attention span lasts. It looks fun. That almost brings me to my cinema moments here. 1-0 Steel with $1.54 in the first. It's not like basketball. Have you ever seen that movie, folks? That's like another COVID-19 movie list if you're and you want to watch something stupid. And as we get the officials here working on a patch of ice that is looks like beneath this hash marks by a couple of hairs. They got 2 officials working on. I mentioned the conditions outside. A very warm day. Ice is softer, melts a bit. Well, guys, their edges have been fine, honestly. Especially the ice looks better than usual. But you're going to have your spots here. I see one in the left circle right now in the Hawks shoot twice side. It's right beneath the second hash mark by about half a foot. $1-0 Steel, $1.54 in the first. Big face-off for James Scantlebury. 50-50 draw pulled by Harris through the middle. Tipped by Merrick, the goal scorer. Merrick on his horse down, a give and go from Kozda. Drops it back to Kozda, ran into Waterfield. Tiptoeing Scantlebury, pass broken through Merrick, thrown back to the slot by Millet. A good look as Waterfield to check on Kozda. Meanwhile, bumped, and now it's the Hawks. Waterfield trying to sidestep Harris. Waterfield gliding down the left side behind the net. Threw it out front. Oh, Loivara, what a save on Schneider with the glove. Vedi Loivara. Wow, what a splendid, exquisite save from Loivara here. And this is where the Hawks playing the body from their own zone and on the breakout. Last night I mentioned a great save from Loivara. I couldn't see it because I was basically in the rookies, if you will, calling the game the equivalent in Dubuque. And it's similar, but that was a little flashier. Doesn't matter how it's done. That is just so impressive. Late here in the first, keeping it 1-0 Steel. Face-off is won back by Colin Emery. Bunkered into the right side. Kudrick there. He'll play it along for Tuminaro. Ahead, Crowder off a body. I think the Hawks have had a pretty solid first, all things considered. And they're not done yet as they try to roar over the steel line, but they're offside as we get the whistle and stoppage of play with a $1:10 here in period number 1. Still time to purchase a Steel season ticket plan on sale for just 5 games at $50. You choose the games. You choose the locations to fit your busy schedule. Call 855-51-STEEL or visit ChicagoSteelHockeyTeam.com. Fox Valley faithful enjoying Rusty's birthday this afternoon. 1 minute to go in the first. 1-0 Steel. Tuminaro at the red line will lob it in the right corner. James Russell retrieves, gets a piece of it. Schneider off the boards for Nolan. Right wing Emery, good pass with speed. Could be an odd man rush, but coming back, Sinercha and Tuminaro quickly to dissolve the play at the moment. Chipped, but Nolan is there on the read. Nolan working the puck here to the left corner. Mason down low for Emery, starts and stops. Back to the point, Schneider, right to left. James, a shot, he scores on the wrister at the blue line. James Russell, the former Fighting Saints, making the Steel pay. We're tied at 1. The Hawks have been, I'm telling you, they've been buzzing at least in terms of the forecheck. They had that great chance moments ago, and this one looked like it changed direction a couple of times. May have been tipped there right in the deep slot. Sinercha was there, but also another number 20, Ty Mason, the goal scorer, leading goal scorer. And it doesn't matter how it's done, but a nice tip. Change of direction. We're tied at 1 with 31.1 in the first. As mentioned, not going to be an easy one today. The Hawks playing the body. Steel win the draw. Tolan through center, lost the puck. Swayed by Davis, off of Harris. Hawks are offside. As Lalaberti will fly it in. And now played along Harris, but he's stripped to the puck here by Carlson. Threw it to the net. He missed the cage. Top of the left circle, down low. Carlson trying to get a chance from the far side. A second to go in the period. Steel will just coil it out. And that'll do it. Hawks storming there late in the first to tie it. Shots are 10-7. Steel 1-1 our score through 20. As Loivar greeted by his teammates, we'll have Brady Kudrick on our lap around the rink. At our first intermission report, we'll play it now due to the length of the feature. And our first intermission report coming up after. Tied at 1 here at Fox Valley Ice Arena through 20.
Hey Steel fans, Calvin Bush bringing you another edition of Lap Around the Rink, presented by Valor Carts. And Brady Kudrick is stepping in, strapping on to the electric cart here and going for a spin with us.
Let's go.
Brady, it's good to have you.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
You've been on a pretty decent run, I would say, in your first year here with the Steel. February has been a good month for you. You've pointed in 5 of the last 6 games, 8 points total, and 9 of your last 13. What do you think in your mind has kind of helped you take off, specifically in the month of February?
I mean, got to shout out my line mates, Luke Gockler and Jackson Crowder. They're really fun to play with. We gel well, in the locker room too. Like, love talking to those guys. Great conversations, stuff like that. But no, I just think we've been coming together as a team too. Like, we've been winning more games, so that's helping too. Like, the confidence, all the stuff in practice, stuff like that. But no, got to shout out the line mates because they make my life a little bit easier out there. So. Yeah,
absolutely. And Crowder too, he's been on a similar run. He had a long point streak. When you and Crowds, Gockler too, I mean, he was going on a great run too. So really the three of you guys, everything was clicking so well. What is it like, I mean, when the three of you, I feel like it's one thing when it's one of the 3 guys on that same line, but all 3 of you were buzzing. So like, what is the vibe like for you guys, like in the locker room and just in general when things are going so well?
It's good. I mean, when things are going well, obviously you're happy. And then like we all like suggest each plays if we're open, like we'll let each other know. Like we don't really take anything too personally. Yeah. So like we're open to everything, which is awesome. And like, just playing with them's a good time. We're finding each other out there, good chemistry, so it's working.
Valor Carts brings the energy every mile of the way. Experience bold performance, modern style, and street legal freedom, all 100% electric. With luxury seating and up to 80 miles per charge, Valor Carts are built to take you wherever life goes. Valor Carts, proud partner of the Chicago Steel. I want to ask you to reflect on what maybe I think a lot of people would say kind of was a catalyst to you going on that big run and continue to play so well. It was in Madison, 3 goals, your first hat trick. 2 of them were shorthanded goals, and that was really just an all-around incredible effort from not just you but the Steel team as a whole. What was going through your mind when you got the first shorthanded goal and then the next one, and then to complete the hat trick? I mean, that's not an easy thing to do, to score 1 shorthanded goal, but 2. What was going on in your head there?
The first one, we had Coach Motz drew up how we were going to do our forecheck, and it worked perfectly. So the puck popped out, and I just skated down, and I shot it. I was like, looks open down there, and goal ended up making a good save, and the rebound popped right back out to me, and I put it right through, I think 5-hole or something. And that was a really good feeling near the end of the period too, in the first. And to get one, which was also a huge game in Madison, we needed that one. So to get the first one, especially on the PK, build momentum going in to the end of the period. That was big. That was awesome. And then the second one was it was just right off the bat. I was like, all right, I got a little space here off the face-off. I think Toomey rimmed it around, and I looked up. I was like, okay. And then I had Colin Sisson all the way down, and we went on a 2-on-1, and he hit me wide open back door. Put it in. And then, the third one was a little bit lucky. Need a little puck luck here and there, though. Got deflected, went over the goalie's shoulder, and that was the third one.
They don't ask how, they ask how many, and that's the important thing. So a good memory for you, absolutely. Scott Gomez, the head coach here, you played under him in Surrey last year. I know it was kind of an abbreviated time, but you have that continued relationship with him. But you and I were talking before regarding the relationship with the assistant coach, Mike Motto, which goes back a ways for you. Can you kind of touch on what it's like getting to continue to play with Scott Gomez, but also with somebody that you know very, very well, Mike Motto?
So last year was obviously my first year with Gomer. And, he's a pretty tough coach. He'll let you hear it. He'll let you know if you're not doing something right. And, but he's also he'll help you be better, fix that mistake. Super coachable and great guy off the ice. He's your best friend off the ice. On the ice, it's all business. But off the ice, he's your best friend. You go into his office, talk to him, whatever. He's a great guy, great coach. Has taught me a lot, to say the least. And then Coach Motz, I go back, I think 10 years with him. I grew up with his son. So we went to school together too, me and his son, and having that bond's awesome. He's helped me so much along the way with everything. So I can't say enough thanks really about his coaching and all that stuff. So that's a great relationship to have.
And it's kind of funny too. I mean, Motz was Mike Motto. Not Mini Motz, like we call him, but Coach Motz, he was a Boston College product. Won the Hobie Baker there. We had him on in our last Lap Around the Rink episode. You're a Boston College commitment. You've got a teammate on the team in Timo Kaza, who's also a Boston College commitment. So a lot of Eagles here, but it's in the pipeline too. We've got several. You mentioned too. Nolan Joyce well. The Steel, they have Luca Cloutier, Colorado Avalanche draft pick, Michael Hagens, Lucas Gustafson. So it goes on, but for you being able to have that kind of pipeline of that connection, how cool is that to have former Eagles and one future one as well?
It's awesome. I mean, Timo's hilarious. Awesome getting to know him. He's obviously 3 years younger than me, but he's hilarious. All the boys love him too. He's the best. He stayed with me over Christmas break, which was hilarious. So that was fun. He got to see more of Boston. Which was obviously a good thing since he'll be here. He'll be there the next 4 years. Right. And then having all those connections too, it's awesome. You know people who've gone through it, people who are going through it and stuff like that. So it's awesome knowing everyone who's attended Boston College and who will be attending.
It's very cool. And again, like we said, the pipeline is it goes on for the Steel, which is great to see. So switching gears a little bit, the Steel are hosting their 8th annual Wiener Dog races this upcoming weekend, which is, it's one of a kind. And in junior hockey, several other teams do it, but it's one of those that you circle on the calendar. So I have to ask you, I know we said it was an abbreviated time in Surrey, but Is there anything that you can remember during your time there that comes close to having wiener dogs sprint across the ice? And if not, is there one that really stood out to you the most?
Well, I don't know if anything can compare about wiener dogs racing on the ice, but we had a few good nights there. We had Punjabi night, which was awesome. We had special jerseys, all this stuff, huge crowd, which was awesome. It was a lot of fun. But no, I don't know if anything compares to what's coming this Saturday.
It's a loaded calendar that the Steel have. The wiener dog races, the turtle races.
Yeah, that was
a couple
insane
of very interesting races. I haven't seen turtle races anywhere else yet. So
that's one of a kind.
At the beginning of the season, you guys fill out some questionnaires.
Yeah.
You know, a whole bunch of different information. And one of the questions was, what movie or TV show do you quote most often? Do you remember what you wrote?
I say Miracle.
You did say
Good
Miracle,
chance.
yes.
Good
Team
chance.
USA won its first gold medal in hockey, first one since 1980, which is obviously a big accomplishment. The women's team also beating Canada in overtime, so 2 for 2, which is great to see. But is there a specific line from the movie Miracle that you use the most, especially now that it has become very, very relevant once again?
Well, me and my buddies joke around. We'll be like, "Come on, Herb, no one's quitting yet." Stuff like that. When like someone doesn't want to do something or you know something's going on, we'll be like, "Come on, Herb." So that's probably the biggest one we drop. But like, you'll see like the jokes about like who we playing, Rammers, and then like Sweden in the Olympics, so stuff like that. It's just like they get thrown around every once in a while.
Of course,
So,
yeah. Did you watch the movie during the Olympic period at all?
I did not.
Reflect? No,
I did not, unfortunately.
All right.
But
that's all right.
Yeah,
we got to relive it in real time, which was very cool. So again, shout out to both the men's team and the women's team. It was a great Olympics and a couple of great games. But wrapping up here, Couds. You know, it's one season you get to play here with the Steel, so you don't get the full effect. But in the same sentence, I mean, when you talk about the relationships that you build with the players, with the fans, with the overarching community, you know, it becomes something that you feel like it's part of your home. It is home. You know, you live with billet families and everything like that. So when your time ends here after this season, you go to Boston College, you know, is there a moment that's up to this point that will stand out the most to you that you'll carry with you?
I don't know if I have an exact moment, but I think just like meeting all the guys, making new friends, that obviously like relationships will last forever, stuff like that. So junior hockey is the best time of your life. You got to live it up, have fun. So meeting all the guys, meeting the billets, like you guys in the front office, everything, coaching staff, just like as a whole, that's just the best, meeting new people. And then it's going to be sad when it's all over, obviously. But I think that's what I'm most grateful for. The thing that I'll stay with me.
Yeah. Awesome. Couds, we appreciate the time. Thanks for taking a hop on.
All right, wrap around the rink, featuring Brady Kudrick and Calvin Bush. Good stuff from Extra Credits. And our first intermission report is presented by Tidal Wave Sports. Tidal Wave Sports is a leading supplier of custom uniforms and team apparel, and the uniform supplier of your Chicago Steel. With a strong emphasis on quality, top-notch customer service, Tidal Wave Sports is your one-stop shop for all your uniform and apparel needs. Having been founded by and run by hockey players, Tidal Wave Sports is always ahead of the latest styles and technologies to help keep the players look great and feel wonderful. Contact Tidal Wave Sports today. Well, Rusty's friends are really causing a lot of trouble here. Culver Cone was a lady cougar from King County Cougars, Annie. She's fighting, boxing, playing charades here at our first intermission report, tied at 1. Karate. What is this? Culver Cone. That's PA Jim Leo's for the second time favorite mascot, and we're tied at 1. Hey, the Hawks came on strong there the last 10 minutes of the first, and the difference between them and Dubuque is that they play the body. They finish their checks. I think they're a lot harder to play against, especially in a 3-and-3. And I mentioned, I don't know how many times I want to reiterate myself that this game is not just a trap game, but it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy game to win. You know, it looked I thought the Steel started off fine. I thought the intensity's there. And in the first period, the Steel drew a call. Crowder drew it in front of his own bench. Great puck movement on the Chicago power play. And at 9:56, Inertia from Kazda ripped a shot. Did Marco on Marco Island, and it just breezed right to Merrick, who slammed home the rebound. Couple of big saves afterwards. Merrick's 12th of the year by the goaltender, Dean Calloway, for the Hawks. Was particularly on Luke Gockler. An explosive semi-breakaway was denied right afterwards, a few moments after that goal. Thought the Hawks kind of settled in, kept playing the body. They got better on the forecheck. I mean, they're getting body frames, whether that's the stick detail, whether that's a leg, or on the Steel breakouts as well, trying to get out of their own zone. I think the Hawks really doing a good job on the forecheck. We saw moments before the tying goal, a just incredible save by Loivara on the glove. But then the Hawks, again, starting it from down low, able to work it to the blue line. Emery to Schneider, who rips it across the blue line to James Russell, who rinses his third goal of the year by Loivara in the last minute of the first period. So tied at 1. But again, I thought the Hawks came on stronger in that last half of the first period. And hey, we're in for a heck of a game, I think, this afternoon. We'll see who runs out of gas first, if that will happen. Tied at 1. We'll have the second period for you here of the Steel Broadcast and Media Network right after this. You are tuning into Chicago Steel Hockey. Mark Citron, Voice of Steel with you. 1-1 our score. Aiden Merrick's 12th of the year on the power play by Marco Sinertia and Timmy Kazda on the helpers. Merrick's 12th at 9:56 on the power play, and then James Russell with a bullet. Able to poke it by Loivar from Jackson Schneider and Colin Emery. Long story short, shots 10-7 Steel. And when Chicago is tied through a period of play. 6-7, 2-1 after the first. Waterloo 4-10-2. Hawks, a pesky club. Big second period coming. Steele had an excellent second yesterday. See if they can repeat that here right now. No, I really, again, I know I said my final thoughts a few moments ago, and if you're just tuning in, like the first 10 better than the last, but Hawks responded, and now it's time for the Steel to step it up a little bit. Scantlebury at the logo at center. Colin Emery wins the draw. Timmy Kaz to the right, Merrick left. As now it's Scantlebury. Millett left to right with Harris here defensively as the puck snatched by Reber. Chiseled up the boards. Millett stopped it there, but it's beneath the feet of Scantlebury and leaks free to Nolan. As Nolan will knife it in Steel territory. Retrieved by Mason. Threw it out front. Good read by Harris. Briskly beams the pass now for Merrick through neutral zone center. One-handed Costa as it was in front of him as he hacks it into the far corner. Scantlebury with the puck. Good chance here for Crowder. Up high. Shot. Looked like a ricochet there off Emery. Sinertia far boards. Pass to his left. Scantlebury layers it left for Tuminaro down the wing. Lost his balance. Puck though to Gockler, and Crowder exchanges now. Racing behind the net. Crowder looking for Sinertia. It was Brady Kudrick rather who was tied up on the play and sealed off the puck by Emery, and the Hawks will just tape it deep. Minute into period 2, tied at 1. Sinertia trying to get into the boards there. Nolan, good work. And then a big smash. Krantef Tuminaro, there he is. Nice job playing the body there. Huntil and Nolan leaking the puck free to Kudrick. Now ripples to Crowder looking in the front of the net. Gockler, a tip stop is made by Callaway. The rebound plugged up the boards, left wing side. Brady Kudrick looking in tight but chipped. And now Viviano looking to take it, trying to hot potato it across. Ricochet to Carlson, breezing down the wing. Toby on edge behind the back pass here. Salvatore Viviano's shot is blocked. Toe drag Crowder, good speed to Gockler, rippling in the Hawk zone. Crowder, Gockler now behind the net, throwing it out front, loose puck, hash marks. 3 Hawks are there, and now with the puck is Dianovich. Dianovich right to Davis, has a trailer, look out. Viviano shot off the glove of Loivar, and he makes the save as the puck coming out of his leather. With 18:04 here in the middle frame, 1-1. Good stuff for the Steel. In transition in the second period, pretty difficult if you're caught there, but so far so good. 1-1 our score. Owen DeGraff pulling in against Alex Asadorian here in the faceoff in the Steel defensive zone. Linesman reminding both boys to line up properly. Grandy out with Spagnolo shorter, and View as Asadorian wins the draw here. View off the boards. Played there. DeGraff wanded by View back to neutral zone ice. Spiked by Schneider. Flapjacks to Spagnolo. Bank pass with Shorter. They play catch behind the Steel net. Spagnolo outlet to Grandy in front of him. Neutral zone ice intercepted, but Asadorian one-hands it, keeps the forecheck at least going. Asadorian here on the backhand looking out front, read by Waterloo. And Schneider, and now it's tipped ahead to Waterfield on his horse. Right to left. Stop is made. Loivar, the puck to his left. And Millett has some real estate. A little hot and heavy as Grandy can't take it. Back to center. Asadorian lost it. View just got clipped up high. And now puck is played here on edge into Steel territory. View definitely didn't expect that. It was hit up high. He's maybe seeing a star or two on the Steel bench. Laliberti keeps it alive. Right wing side, Steel need a change on their D partners as Millett and Spagnola need to get off. They can't get the puck deep though, as Mike Motto talked about. When the Steel can't get to their game, trouble brews. Well, again, as I mentioned early in the second, harder to do when you change sides. Getting the puck deep as Millett trying to finish the shift strong. Reber collects the puck. Shot was blocked by Strom. Traharn, a 1-1 score, reloads. One hands it toward the net. Steel here caught. They seem okay, but Millett just feverishly digging in the right corner. 16-25, tied at 1. Good shift again for Waterloo. Strom sealed off by Reber. Puck is penetrated out. Treharn kept it alive. He was never onside. It was 16-10. Millett still not off the ice as Tolan gets the lead pass from Jason Millett. Tolan down the left side. He'll work it in deep. Interesting bounce played by Callaway. Rooney off a skate. Rylan Rooney, left point. Backhanded feed into the left corner. Strom on the forecheck with Tolan. Tolan looking for open ice. Back to Strom. Base left circle. One-timer. Sinercha topped the puck. And Ty Mason the other way. It could be a 3-on-2 here. Playing catch with Nolan. Hawks looked ahead of the play. We play on as a ricochet puck almost to the net. And it pinballed wide as Strom leads the charge again. Steele will just flutter the puck into the far corner. And Schneider, as Omar Espinoza here with us at center ice, and now taken away. Here's Kazda, one-on-one, gets by the right side. Loose puck taken, big stop, Callaway there on Merrick, who collected the puck, and he's had the best chances for the Steel so far tonight. As Omar in the house. What's up, Omar? He's the man. Season ticket rep. You have any trouble, go to Omar. If you have any questions, go to Omar. He's the right-handed man there in the Steel front office. Tied at 1 with 15-21 here in the first. It's behind the scenes, folks, and these people make a great program, great experience, if you will, as the younger people into these days. Experiences. Tuminaro face off one so cleanly. He's got to go back to his D zone to fetch. Shots are 12-9 Steel in case you're curious. Merrick can't take it cleanly. It'll hit the left corner, though, as Tjanovic wraps up Merrick. Steele, though, work the puck. Scantleberry to Tuminaro. Shoots! Blocker shaft save is made. Love the game that Merrick brings to the Steel right now. Very playoff-esque. Just gritty. Always engaged. Gets good wheels, good speed, but can finish his checks consistently. Well, it's the Hawks out with the puck. Viviano coughed it up at center. 14-40, tied at 1, period 2. Sinercha D to D, Tuminaro calmly and confidently, but through center. That one gets by. Good hard pass. Scantleberry, though. Fancy pass in tight. Kazda, wrister up high. Stock Callaway, and he flops on the loose puck. On the crafty pass from Scantleberry. Tied at 1 here in the middle frame on the Steel Broadcast and Audio Network. 14-27 in it. Steel Sweets booking fast for the remainder of this season with a bird's eye view of the action. Delicious food and beverage options. Reserve the suite for the game of your choice. Ask about our special multi-game pricing. 855-51 Steeler. Visit ChicagoSteelHockeyTeam.com. Much better start here. Second period, tied at 1 still is Dane Callaway. Couple of good saves as Gockler keeps the puck alive. Rims left wing wall. Crowder down low. Kudrick on the cycle. Gockler toes it back. Kudrick in that left side. Ribbons at far side. No one home except Jackson Schneider. And it rolls off a stick through center. Shorter in his big frame. Got by as Lynch stapled out by Kudrick. 6 minutes here in the middle frame, tied at 1. Shorter with pressure on him. Fends it off behind the Steel net as Kudrick lost the wheel, got it back. Steel playing catch. Gockler. And Crowder, as Crowder shades right, looking for Gockler in on the open check. Bouncing puck in the slot is misplayed, and now Kudrick's got it left out front, looking for Gockler, is tied up by DeGraff on the play. Forward coming in there defensively as the puck is stiffed, as Harris fights for it down the far side. Does win the battle. Steel collect. Millet will softly dump it in. Forwards change. Asadorian's out here with Grandy. Crowder going to the Chicago bench now. 4 Hawks on the rush as Russell joins the fiesta. LaFleur. Sharp angle shot. And it ricocheted almost out front of Harris, who jostles. And now a little extra. As Harris going at it with his, I believe, Trevor O'Donoghue. Getting engaged a little bit extra. 13-14 here in the middle frame. The little youngsters are shouting, fight, fight, fight. And the best place to chill inside the Fox Valley Ice Arena is the newly expanded Coors Light Chill Zone. The Chill Zone offers couches, high top seating right on the glass, and accommodates 10 to 75 guests. Call 855-51-STEEL or visit ChicagoSteelHockeyTeam.com for more details. Travis LaFleur comes off the tongue and he ends her way. LaFleur, he's been noticeable today too. Wins the draw as LaFleur. O'Donoghue sparring. O'Donoghue winning the battle here, and he's got a man, a chance, big save. Loivar on the left pad on Tim. Reber gave it away to Asadorian. Great stop from Loivar to keep it tied at 1. As Grandy will tip it in deep. 12:50 to go in the middle frame. Shots are 15-10 Steel. View on the forecheck, looking for room. O'Donoghue's there, one-handed on the far boards. Good keep at the moment by Tuminaro, but the puck sheltered out to center by O'Donoghue. Grandy will whack it in deep. Reber picks it up. Jimmy sails it across. O'Donoghue caught up by Sinercha, but those two tangle up and it's spun out to the Fox Valley faithful here. On 12:24 in the middle frame. Steele getting the first goal, Merrick, of this hockey game. Assisted by Sinercha and Kazda on the power play at 9:56. James Russell late in the first from Schneider and Emery. Long story short, this kind of reminds me a little bit of last Saturday's Madison game where it's tight. You know, you're getting some looks both ways, but every narrative different as the Hawks win the draw in the Chicago zone, courtesy of Emery. Fikla spins Nolan a shot, fought off on the right side from Loivar. Dinovich shoots. And he missed the net. As the puck back into center is Dianovich, rather. Will pick it up, and he's got 2 Steel sweaters on him, but they can't get the puck, so it's iced. But it's going to be waved off as the puck on edge. No, it's not. It's an icing call. Could have sworn I heard a no. But the linesman call icing. Mentioned in our pregame show that TechWorks, your free Wi-Fi sponsor at the Fox Valley Ice Arena, is the managed IT provider to the Chicago Steel. They help protect business tech as if we're their own. Call TechWorks today at 630-482-2227 or visit techworks.com and see how their managed IT can transform your business. A 1-1 score. It's Kazda winning the draw as a one-timer. Tuminaro didn't hit the net, was close. Merrick out here on the forecheck. Tuminaro left side, outside the dot, down low. Tuminaro funnels here with Tazda. Brushes a pass left point. Merrick, nice drop to Sinercha, trying to find a lane. Marco Island shoots, stop. Marco follows up. Sinercha past to Sinercha, one-timer's glove there. Callaway's got the angle as Vikla pushing with Kazda. Another European connection there. Azoda Vikla. He's a Finnish native. Timmy Kazda, I know he's in Slovakia, but Vikla had that hit on Tolan the other night. Was kicked out of the game, cost the Hawks the hockey game, arguably. 2 power play goals. That was close. I mean, even the game on the 13th was close in Waterloo. And it's a pesky team. Hey, I give them credit. Of course they're going to come back, at least you think. After getting absolutely pounded 9-1 last night, just off the draws, it was shattered wide by Tuminaro. Scantleberry on the faceoff win again with Merrick and Kazdas. Schneider ices it. Impending, good hustle, Tuminaro. Grand Theft Tuminaro's there as we got a little chase from Toby Carlson. No relation to Mark Carlson or anything I could find in particular. Did come from Cedar Rapids though, so I thought that was interesting. As we get a whistle and stoppage of play. 1-1 our score, 11-16 in the middle frame. Kazda on the draw again. This is where Scott Gomez, he says, it doesn't matter. The guys that earn the ice time earn it. And 3 shifts in a row here for the steal. With Scantleberry to the right, tiptoe Timmy wins it to Merrick. Back to Scantleberry. Deep slot shot was off a body. Schneider follows through. Merrick is there, intercepts going to the net. Inside out, Merrick trying to find the play out front, but it's kicked and held. Spagnuolo kept it alive, but right to Schneider as he finds a lane now over the red line, looking for Carlson on a pass. Didn't connect. Flares behind the steel net as Shorter just got absolutely rammed by Viviano. Shorter trying to go after him now as those two engage, but Viviano passed to Russell. He's got the goal. Russell keeps it alive, down low. Went right to Shorter in front of the net, but he carved it right to James Russell here. Russell rustling down the far wing as Spagnuolo grips him up perfectly. Excellent defensive work, Spagnuolo. Tied at 1 as Merrick floats it across. Kazda down the wing looking for Merrick. It's behind him as Merrick sealed off there on the play from Laffer. And now it's Toby Carlson getting the outlet. He can't get it deep as we have an interference against Jackson Crowder, I believe, who accidentally ran through center on the puck. And the Hawks to the power play when we come back. We're staying right here, 10-15 in the middle frame, and Crowder's found himself on a couple of weird penalties. On that one, I think he actually is trying to finish his check, but the puck was never played deep, so Carlson kind of trying to catch up to it, and Crowder just trying to finish his man. He goes right into him, and that's the interference that I understand they try to make the call, but this is where timely kills are needed here, and there's some sort of conversation on the Waterloo side of things. Tied at 1 with 10-15 in the middle frame. Waterloo's power play, they're right near the steals. 21%. Chicago is clicking at 21.6. The Hawks in front of them at 9th in the USHL. Waterloo's calling a timeout. Kind of find that fascinating. I mean, you have your immediate timeout, basically, even if you score or whatever, in a couple of minutes. But maybe they got a set play here. Maybe they're saying, as head coach Scott Gordon, who's a big AHL guy, also for the Islanders, filled in years ago. Even the Flyers back in 18-19. Yeah, Jason Millett to the loose puck with Wyatt Harris, Luke Gockler, and Brady Kudrick on the face-off win, rips it down. Steal penalty kill, 14th at 74.8 in the USHL. 6 shorthanded goals. That would be nice. Toby Carlson down the wing. He lost control of the puck, and it's grooved down by Kudrick in a 1-1 score. And Kudrick points to 9 of his last 10. Mentioned the play of Gockler and Crowder, but Kudrick, extra credit, going not unnoticed, but that's just how he is. Just such a hard-working player, great kid. And Kudrick in on the battle. It's worked free here. Gockler forcing the issue with Vikla. Gockler, great work. 45 seconds shaved off. Toby Carlson spins. Brett down the wing as Mason takes the lead pass. Mason threw it, deflected. Lohivar calmly's got it parallel the goal line. As Viviano is lurking. It was a quick, subtle little. Mason's going to just gather the puck off the boards and just flip it. Real half a second. Whoa, what a chance right out front. I mean, Viviano got a piece with this twig, and that's one if a goaltender isn't dialed in, that goes off him and in. Tricky save. Rain's tied at 1, about 5 on the kill. It's the Hawks getting the puck back here. Schneider to Dianovich. Playing catch on the right side now, looking left, over past as Sonercha couldn't get it out though. Second time Marco does the job. Off the glass and flips back with 45 seconds on the power play. 9 to go in the middle frame, tied at 1 for Waterloo. Dianovich, hard and heavy, but off Benson Grandy, who will play it back here. Shorter on the defensive clear. Does the job. Millett out here as well. Grandy looking at the steel bench. He's still out with Patrick Tolan. Hawks one more rush in him. Dianovich, base of the logo, gets a piece here to Nolan, and now it's cleared by Loivara. Down to the ice surface, Dianovich, another rush here at his own blue line as Treyharn calling for the puck. Gliding down the right wing, going to the net. Cross ice look off Costa's blade. Skims to the far board. Slared by Waterloo. Pops free as Dianovich got a stick on his shot. Through traffic. Big save. Loivara moving right to left on his right arm. Back to full strength. Tied at 1 remains here in the middle frame with 8:07 to play. As Scantlebury burst of speed into Hawks territory. Drops for Crowder looking to make a play. Schneider pushes him off the puck. Rolled to Spagnuolo. Got a piece of it as he couldn't take it cleanly, and now it's the Hawks the other way. Step up by Harris. Floats the puck in front of the Waterloo bench as the Hawks were offside by a foot, maybe less, with 7:48 in the middle frame. Tied at 1 on the steal. Broadcast and audio network. Your voice of the Chicago Steel celebrating Rusty's birthday. I feel like he had more friends last year, honestly. 1-1 our score, 7:48 here in the middle frame as Kazda took a check from Lynch. Puck here in the Steel territory. D2D, the Steel goes Spagnuolo. Adam Merrick, the only Steel goal scorer. James Russell for Waterloo. Retrieved by Avery Lalaberti, and now it's the Hawks maybe a 3-on-2 if they're quick. Laffer down the right wing trying to catch up to the puck. Spagnuolo wraps him up. Freed as Kazda. Backhanded feed. It looked like a piece there. Lynch got a piece in it. Ricocheted through center as Tim will wipe it in. Rattles around into Steel territory. Far side. As Harris good hustle to get the puck. Bunches it left for Merrick, who calmly takes it after slowing down behind the net there, and he's going to park right now. Waterfield on his tail, the Aurora native, Drew. Cowbells lurking in the distance, tied at 1. Waterfield lost an edge on this ice surface. Merrick slowly down the runway, looking left, chipped by Scantlebury, but played back. Merrick on a loose puck, gets out of the offensive zone, and Synertia will rewind it in deep. Steel stay out here as the Hawks and Jimmy Reber softly up the boards, right-hand shot, trying to tweak it. Good seal there by Synertia. Hand pass is made through the blue line by Waterloo as we get the whistle there. With 6:30 here in the middle frame. Tight, it's tight. I mean, it's both teams in the 3-3, and there's no excuse, but it's just tight. Waterloo's giving their all. Steel are trying to. Not much room out there. And you can tip the cap to the Hawks right now. Looking to play spoiler. As right now, Strom to the right of Asadorian on the faceoff in the offensive zone with View to the left. Tuminaro left to right, respectively. Synertia and Kazda assist to Merrick's 12th. It's James Russell responding from Schneider and Emery. Our story short and long shot. 17-14 steals. The Hawks control. Dianovich will thread it inside Steel territory. A pair of 20s. Mason beats Synertia. Pass, though, off a body. And Strom outlet to Asadorian, looking the other way. A stick on puck, play from behind. Flared into Steel territory. Tuminaro fetch. He's got Colin Emery on him as Tuminaro fends him off. Nice play here on the breakout. Asadorian looking for room. Pops at the View, looking right. Pass broken up. Strom far side. Keeps his feet moving. Cade left for View. Dallas View in a 1-1 game. Gave it away. Mason couldn't take it cleanly, though, and the Steel keep it alive there. Synertia fluffs it in the far corner. Asadorian looking right. View across the Millar pass. Deflected stop there is made Callaway. Strom good forecheck. Far wall. View roping it back. Blue line. Millet shuffles to the right side pass. Asadorian glove save is made by Callaway. And we get a little extracurriculars as Callaway Trying to dodge any bodies, I think, there is what he's doing. If you watch, he's just kind of like a turtle there, making sure he doesn't poke his head up and take any battles from view, and others that are on the puck, and a 1-1 score with 5:26 in the middle frame. As he's been strong, especially here in the second period. Loivar, a couple big saves as well. Crowder will take the draw. It's Viviano. Kudrick to the left, Gockler right. As the puck is a chip race, and it's James Russell spinning a 3-on-2. Viviano to Carlson. Good step up shorter. Jumped up to intercept, and he'll whip it across the neutral zone. Kudrick there. Behind him, Gockler leading the rush to Crowder's shot. Never got to the net. Blocked by Russell. And now it's Davis the other way. Keegan Davis pass. Penetrates as Jackson Schneider. Trying to curl and drag with 4:55 steal, and Jackson Crowder wouldn't let him do that. As Crowder gets the outlet through center down the left wing. 2 Hawks. Laffer coming in, but he's wrapped up on the contact by Reber. And the Hawks here the other way will float it softly into Steel territory. Spagnuolo fishes it back with Wyatt Harris defensively. Harris hard and heavy for Kudrick. Over the red line. Kudrick brushes it left for Crowder. Gets it in deep. As the puck retrieved by Lala Birdie. Kudrick along with Emiliano out here for Chicago. It's Camillani rather, sorry, beg your pardon, as Loivar had to play the puck in front of him. However, Lala Birdie threads it left. Not cleanly. Spagnuolo trying to clean it up. Camillani can't catch up to it. Puck now is centered as the Hawks looking to take the lead for the first time tonight, but they lose the puck in exchange as Rooney trying to go, but hustle back. Rooney on the puck, good work. As Steele can't catch up to it here. As Milani lost his stick, was in the way of the puck. It's flipped back to center. Welcome to the U Show. 3:40 in the middle frame, tied at 1. Red line, Milani looking to finish this shift strong with Rooney. Rooney gets the lead pass, trying to bust in. Waterfield came in and got a stick on it. Buttered in the far side, Grandy, great pass. Milani just couldn't catch up to it. Makes an extra play though. Rooney's shot blocked, got it back to the net, fought off. And now it's fluttered ahead as Lafreniere will just arch this to the left corner. Waterfield's on it. Steele need a change offensively. As Waterfield spins. Waterfield and Sinercha tied up. And Sinercha, nice job. But Waterfield, backhanded chance. Stop is made. Loivar on the rebound. Steele still out here forward-wise. Grandy, excellent compete and work ethic there on the puck. Wow. That's where Waterfield's trouble. Big presence in front of the net. He can make some plays. Stjanovic drops for O'Donohue. Blocked by Kaz. The rims behind the curtain of the goal. Thrown out front. Scantleberry the intercept with 2:42. Period 2 as Merrick on his horse. Flying in. And that wraps it around. Protects the puck. Merrick lassoing the wagon. Tipped by Ty Mason. That puck looked maybe out. It's not. Scantleberry left to mill it down the wing. Shoots. His stop is made by Callaway. On the rebound, it's Scantleberry. First to it. O'Donohue, though, clogs him up. And O'Donohue stirs it right for Mason, who will loft it into the right corner. 2:15 in the middle frame. Close hockey game. Merrick up the boards. Tiptoed, held in by Emery. Merrick, puck slowed on him. Nolan off the board, shorter. Trying to dribble it. Force free to Emery. Has a chance. He shoots and scores. On the wrist shot, Colin Emery. Steele turned it over, couldn't get it out, and Emery an absolute rip. And it's 2-1 Hawks with 2:01 in the middle frame. And that's how tight it's been. The Steel are going to have to play comeback as Emery, nice shot, his second point of the evening. Man, he's been heating up lately for Waterloo. And the off-ice officials look like they want the right helpers there. But the Hawks, again, come into play as speculated before this one. So a 2:01 in the middle frame. The Fox Valley faithful are stunned. Puck is dropped, one-handed by Gockler, trying to go the other way. Schneider, and on the back check, tried to rip it out. Harris is there. Doesn't shoot. Goes behind the net to Crowder, looking out front. James wraps him up. Meanwhile, Gockler double teamed here in coverage. Viviano working out front, and Gockler trying to make a play. Schneider, chipper here with Viviano down the far wing. Inside out, puck is ripped in deep. Steel territory, 2-1 Hawks. Buck 25 to play here in the seconds. As the puck beneath the sticks and is guarded by Davis. And it's just a rugby scrum right now in the right corner as Kudrick trying to power out with it. Reber matches him off the puck, gets it down low. One-timer, big save, Loivar. Viviano behind the back pass, blocked by Harris. Steele give it away, Viviano. Another stick-on puck by Kudrick. Another big shift coming here. Steele can't get it out. All Hawks right now. 52 in the period as Waterloo, nothing to lose. Spagnolo from Tim, who plays hard, trying to finish him off. Behind the net, it's guarded by Harris. 44 in the period. As Crowder stretch pass. Brisley walks the red line, dumped in. Steele need a change with 33 left in the period. Chimed around the boards. Here's Laffer waiting for it. Got a piece. Sinercha stepped into it in the Steele territory. Grandy lips it for Tuminaro. Trying to go the other way. Stirs it left. Grandy spatulas it in. 18 seconds in the period. Is Callaway out to play the puck here, and he's got Laffer. Puck can't be taken cleanly as Tuminaro deep into Hawks territory. Callaway drops it off. Sinercha keeps up with it. 3 seconds. Steele don't have a clean blade on it, as that should do it. 2 seconds as Tuminaro shoots. A sharp angle stop is made as Grandy going at it late here with Reber. And the Steelers are going to have to go on the comeback trail here tonight. They trail 2-1 through 40 minutes of play. The shot's 20-17 in favor of the Steel. We'll get you caught up on what you missed in our second intermission report and more on the Steel broadcast at Audio Network. It's the Hawks 2 and the Steel 1 through 40 minutes of play. Reports, which is proudly presented by the Chicago Steel Youth Hockey Experience. The Chicago Steel Youth Hockey Experience, presented by Riverfront Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, is the ultimate way to experience Chicago Steel hockey. Watch warm-ups from the bench, take the ice pregame or during intermission. Join the Steel on the blue line for the national anthem. Limited dates remain for the rest of the season, so call 855-51-STEEL to learn more. And my Chick-fil-A score 4. If the Steel score 4 or more goals at a Steel home game this season, all fans in attendance will win a free chicken biscuit or free chicken sandwich, courtesy of Chick-fil-A St. Charles. That's the Chick-fil-A score 4 promotion at each home game this season. Visit Chick-fil-A Batavia or Chick-fil-A St. Charles 6 days a week, except today. 2-1 Hawks. Mark Citron back with a big couple of late goals for Waterloo. Let's start from the top. This has been a really even game since the drop of the puck. Both teams with chances. Aiden Merrick buries a power play goal and a rebound from Marco Sinercha and Timmy Kozda. Good puck movement from the Steel at 9:56. James Russell, though, the Hawks, after that 10-minute mark, I feel like they pressed. I mean, they were able to get some looks. And eventually they bend and break. Through traffic, shot from James Russell. Gets by Schneider and Emery, the helpers. And in the second, I mean, very even period after the shots were 10-7 Steel. And that indicates the shots 10 apiece for both clubs. And just one extension late again in the second period where Steel can't get the puck out. It didn't happen often, but they turned it over up the boards. James Russell again takes it away, and he finds Emery in the deep slot, who rifles it off the post and in. His 10th of the year. He scored against the Steel on Friday night, and now has 3 goals in his last 5 hockey games, and his 10th of the year. The Hawks 2, the Steel 1. Well, the Steel look a little depleted right now, but that's not an excuse, right? I mentioned yesterday, win the third period. Mentioned Friday, win the third period. Tonight you're going to have to win the third period and some more. It's almost as if you do have to play the drama role. You do have to say, yeah, our season's on the line if we don't get a full 2 points tonight. So that doesn't mean that you grip your stick extra tight. But as Mike Mata said, got to engage in the right emotions in details. And you wonder, in situations like this where you're coming from behind, is there anything extra you can do? No, I think that forecheck's really, you got to want it more. You got to capitalize on this vulnerable Waterloo team if they are. I mean, the energy, though, the switch of it is incredible. They almost scored again after that goal. If it wasn't for Loe Vara, had a couple of saves there at the end of the second period to keep it at least 2-1 right now. But hey, this isn't like it's a 2 or 3 goal deficit. You got time, and for the Steel, they have their work cut out for them. 2-1 Hawks. We'll wrap up our second intermission report right after this on the Steel Broadcast and Audio Network. Your voice of the Chicago Steel, Mark Citron, back with you. Jimmy Russell, 2 points. Colin Emery the go-ahead goal. It's 2-1 Hawks. There's no USHL games besides this one. Let's see the National League. I know American League's got some action. 1-0 Boston over Pittsburgh early in the second period there in the Berg. Is that all we got? No way. Hawks later on in Dallas at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Bunch of games later on, but one final. Avalanche 3-2 over the Wild in a shootout. Man, those are two Stanley Cup contenders, to say the least. Minnesota Wild, a heck of a team. Lightning in Buffalo at 6 Eastern, along at 7 Eastern with Detroit in New Jersey, St. Louis and Anaheim at 9 Eastern. 9:30 Eastern, it's Edmonton in Vegas. American Hockey League. Always hungry league, I like to call it. Chicago Wolves 5 and the Texas Stars 3 late in the second at Allstate Arena. Providence 5-4 over Hershey with under a minute to go in the third. Providence is one of those franchises, they're just always really good. They have 42 wins this year, 11 losses. Some later games, but some finals for you. Bridgeport 5-4 over Lehigh Valley. 1-0 Manitoba over Toronto. Shout out to my boy Ryan Hardy, the Hurricane. Hardy, the assistant general manager there. Nick Abrazizi scores for Syracuse. Crunch win it over Utica and the Bull Shark. The first ever nickname in Steel history, at least to my knowledge, publicly over the broadcast airwaves. Steel have a lot of work ahead of them here. They're trailing 2-1. One more period to play in the third. Coming up next on the Steel Broadcast and Audio Network. Your voice of the Chicago Steel, Mark Citron, back with you. 2-1 Hawks. Aiden Merrick, the goal for the Steel on the power play in the first. From Timmy Kazda, Marcus Inertia. James Russell with the wrister from the blue line from Schneider and Emery. And Emery on a takeaway from James Russell, who gets his 6th assist of the year. Russell, second point of the game to Emery's 10th. Long story short, well, still, you just got to focus one thing at a time, eh? Like, one shot game. But this is a Waterloo club that when they do have the lead after 40 minutes, it's a decent record, 11-4-2 for a team that's only won 13 games. And for the Steel, 2-14-2. They had that huge comeback in Madison a couple weeks ago. And here at home ice, Fox Valley faithful trying to encourage James Scantleberry, Timmy Cosda, and Aiden Merrick, along with Jason Millett and Wyatt Harris for a comeback as we're underway as the Hawks win the draw. Loevar to play it to Harris out in front of him, and now it's Emery turning it back in the far corner. Merrick grips it up there to Harris. Now Cosda bumps it across. No one home yet. Chip through center. Cosda reaches for it now. Offensive zone, far circle. He missed a high riser as that rockets all the way back to Steel territory. First 30 seconds of the third period. Hawks make a change. Merrick, good sidestep. A former Hawk. Mentioned 28 games played in Waterloo. 18 points as Cosda the net. Thrown away by Callaway. Far side ball. Tuminaro steps up to the net. Save on a 5-hole shot. Merrick with time. Score! Timmy Cosda. On the one-timer, Tim Buck. Timmy ties it at 2. Absolute rip. Roast, rinse, repeat from Timmy Cosda. Love the follow-up on this play. Still don't give up. It's not just a one pass and done. Second effort shot, original shot, Tuminaro, and Merrick's got his second point of the night, and off the water bottle and in on the primary. So Tuminaro to Merrick, 50 seconds in to Tim Buck, Timmy Cosda. Has all of a sudden got 18 goals now this season, and now a giveaway in front. What a save! Loevar took a tough bounce on DeGraff. Oh, gigantic save for Avedi. Loevar still flip it to center. Hand passed by DeGraff. He'll play it along legally now, and a chance save O'Donoghue. The rebound went to the goal mouth on the pass. Russell, top of the slot. DeGraff shot block. Sinercha coughed it up. Still top of the hash marks. Crowder got a piece. Far side. Tuminaro, good response for the Hawks. And they're not done yet. Waterloo in the takeaway. Waterfield driven by Kudrick. They spar, but it's Waterfield getting a piece. Looking out in front. Broken play. Sinercha steps up on O'Donoghue. And we're off to the races in a 2-2 game. Minute 40 in the third. Shots 23-17 in case you're curious, Steele. Schneider behind his own net now accelerates on the breakout. Off the end boards, O'Donoghue. Off Spagnuolo at the red line. Pokes it back to the Waterloo blue line. Schneider there. Working it left to Laffer. Laffer into Steel territory. Spagnuolo spatulas it right. Asadorian a piece but not enough, and right back to Steel territory it goes. Spagnuolo left. Intercepted by View now on his horse. He fires. Shot was blocked by Vikla. And the scraps of it taken over by Lynch. Jakob Lynch down the far wing. Burst of speed as he puts on the brakes now. Behind the Steel net is Shorter trying to get there. Lawthorne. Give and go exchange off a couple of skates and guided but not out. As now an interception by View. Chugga, Dallas View going down the left wing. He's got a look. He shoots. He misses on a wrist shot, blocker side. As Rooney on the forecheck keeps it alive. Pinballs to View. Base of the circle. Fires. Looks for a pass. Diving. Stop is Callaway on the redirect. Just not taking any chances. Scorpions on the puck. And we have an exciting start to this third period. Tied at 2. Great work. And then trio who were fabulous yesterday. Looks like it may be tweaked there as Merrick up with Cosda and Scantleberry. But here in the offensive zone, Merrick is to the left or right of Scantleberry on the left wing faceoff. Cosda is left. 17-13 the third. Millett near side to Harris on the far board. So left to right, Millett and Harris respectively as the Hawks take control of the puck. Nolan wiggles it as it's rifled in by Ty Mason. Takes a jump off the top of the glass. Far side. A piece for Millett. Far wall. That's where the Hawks have been good. They have a lot of bodies going up the wings. As Merrick strolls it left. Dangles by Nolan. Base of the logo at center. Hawks were changing there. Chipped in front of the Waterloo bench. Nice jostle as Cosda and Nolan go at it. Nolan gave him an extra shot as, oh, huge crushing hit. Scantleberry. Take a seat, Reber. More of that, please. Davis, though, sidesteps the Chicago blue line. He'll scatter it in the right corner. Retrieve Millett. Looked to dig it free as pickpocketed Harris. A shot away, shanked up high by Carlson. Wanded down low. Harris a piece. He's got a blade, but he's double teamed here by 2 Hawks. Viviano opening up the seam, goes right to Hayden Russell. Shot was blocked. It's James, rather. I'm just happy the Steel don't have twins. Uh-oh, that's not going to answer the problems now. Far side, Hawks on the forecheck right now. Carlson, far wall, and he passed to nobody. Still need a change, they get it. 15:57, tied at 2 in the third. Schneider goes to retrieve. Schneider on the breakout. As Coop coming upstairs for the Bauer family, but look out, a 2-on-1, but Waterfield has to catch up to it. He does. Poked at by Tuminaro, poked at out of the zone, Sinertia. Hawks coming hard. Shots are 24-19 as you just get sick and tired of losing so much. Loevar off the boards. And Grandy, dangerous play, was sticked off the puck, tried to go far side, but Waterfield again on the coverage. I've always liked that kid's game. DeGraff behind the net. Trying to elude pressure. Tuminaro trying to pin. DeGraff escapes, but Tolan is there, but he kicks it. Does DeGraff looking for his man Waterfield, and he spins it to Vikla on the forecheck. Hawks threatening here. Steele trying to get the puck back. Waterfield putting on a clinic here. And he ran out of gas. He tried to drop it off. Steeler there. Tolan bursting back into the Hawk zone. Tussling right. Shooting was blocked by Vikla. Cuffs him out the puck. Puck behind the net. 14:50 in the third, tied at 2. Kazda the tying marker, second point of the night. As Tolan's dragged down. Meanwhile, Hawks the other way. Vikla leads the charge. He's got his man. Lafleur shoots, fires, and just missed the cage on the right pad. Treharn, one-timer, stop! Loevar on the blocker on O'Donohue has been impressive. Couple feet out as Gockler gets the lead pass, trying to pass himself off the boards. Gockler one-handing it behind the net. Gockler tiptoes, dodges O'Donohue. Far corner now, skirted free Kudrick. Ricochet to Merrick as the puck through Crowder, and now it's O'Donohue over the Chicago line. Treharn in the net. Treharn behind the net, still on balance. Makes a crazy pass far side as it's one-handed by Spagnuolo on a 2-2 score. And now Crowder, great speed, chugging away. Offensive zone spins. The forehand, Crowder almost tucked it home, and Callaway's got the puck. As Pound Town looking to go downtown as Tim Kazda ties the game. 2-2, 13:53 in the third. Buckle up. You are tuning into Chicago Steel Hockey. Mark Citron bringing it to your eyes and ears. 2-2 our score, and how about you sit ice side with comfort? Check out our ice side tables, which offer glass seating and food and beverage service for tables of 4, starting at just $25 a person. Face off in the Hawks zone, 13:50 at a 2-2 score, won by the Hawks as Crowder trying to get on Nolan here. Nolan dodging traffic and now accelerates down the left wing. Nolan puts on the brakes, looking down low. Millett trying to seal off his man, Mason, as it's a battle for the puck. It goes to Mason now. Great pass, a shot. Reber fought off on a upper body, saved by Loevar. His 19th of the evening. Steeler on CBH Shop. Visit CBH online for a great selection of Steel t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and more. Plus, you can now personalize a Steel sweater, jersey when you purchase online. In addition, choose from the latest Chicago Blackhawks, Rockford Ice Hogs merch as well. That's cbhshop.com. New online home for Chicago Steel merchandise. That's cbhshop.com. Still win the draw in their own zone as Rooney plays it back. Senercha back to Rooney in front of him. Ryland will nuzzle it ahead slowly. Offensive zone view after the puck on Djanovic. Djanovic twists it left. Vikla out of the zone, and now it's the Hawks 3-on-2 as Carlson trying to go across ice behind his intended target's view. Now a piece. Asadorian tips to Rooney deep in the offensive zone. 12:57 in the third. Vikla in a 2-2 score. Turns it right to Carlson. Asadorian was finished off by Vikla. And a little hard and heavy still. Chip it alive. Views had a great game, but Salvatore Viviano now to Davis. Hits the red line. Tuminaro pushes him back. Keegan Davis will take his time, go to the bench. Vikla and wrap it D-to-D as Hawks can't take it cleanly. Now they organize. DeGraff will chip it in deep. Senercha to retrieve. Far wall. Brussels. Merrick, who's got 2 points against his former club, and Scantlebury off to the races. James Russell gets a stick. Scantlebury threw him down. James, great pass here to Kazda. Now to Scantlebury. Backdoor, great look, no one home. Off the puck, Kazda, who has had the tying goal, works it free down low to Merrick. Swoops, turns, looks for a trailer. Instead, he gets tangled up on the play, and on the knee, has to force the play back to center, shorter down the right side. Looking for Kazda. Shoots up high, stick on puck by Russell. Rattles all the way around. Spagnuolo held it in. Flagged off on the play by DeGraff. Ripped out by Merrick of his defensive zone. Red line, Kazda will shoe it in deep with 11:37 here in regulation. We're tied at 2. Tuminaro and Merrick assist to the goal for Kazda. Ripped into steel territory, O'Donohue. Far wall now with Millett. They battle. Kudrick lurking, and now up top it goes. Gockler, good work. Chips it free. Kudrick splits it across to the red line of Crowder, flipping it, looking for Kudrick ahead. Finds some time. Kudrick to his left. Millett shot, kicked off on the left pad, save by Callaway. Puck will rim out. Hawks give it away to Millett at the Chicago blue line. Stutters a pass. Crowder one-hands it. Gockler pushes it forward. Reber will toy with it. He'll rocket it off the boards. Harris trying to keep the puck there on edge. Forced out of the zone there by Viviano. Steeler offside, and they'll make the change. Tolan coming on with Grandy, along with Cam Milani. As Senercha hard and heavy through the neutral zone. It should be an icing call, but it's going to roll the goaltender just off his stick. And Callaway at a 2-2 score plays it along. Tolan with 2 Hawks in between him. And now Milani right into the battle. Love it. As the puck, though, hurled by Emery, who had the go-ahead goal for Waterloo in the second. Senercha lead pass right side. Tolan will rip it in. Vikla finishes him off. Mason, stick on puck there, Milani. But pass behind the intended receiver, and the Hawks the other way. Mason juggles it to the left corner. Tuminaro a piece. Tolan, or Nolan rather, knocked down by Grand Theft Tuminaro. Love it. Steele changing. Vikla wants to capitalize. Viviano down the far side. And another check there from Tuminaro, but Nolan now behind the net. Dylan Nolan flashing good speed. View runs into him in the far corner. 9:37 in the third, tied at 2. View got a piece. Tight game right now. View sidesteps, backhand fork, gave it away through center. As it's ripped right back in, Loivar plays it softly. Still need to change their D pair here. Senercha and Tuminaro have been out here forever as Marco Island rips it to the Jumbotron. Won't get a stoppage of play. 9:18 here in the third. Saddle up, tied at 2. Fox Valley Farewell Tour. Friday, April 3rd, the first 500 fans receive a rusty bobblehead courtesy of Circle K. Saturday, April 4th, it's Fan Appreciation Night for the Fox Valley faithful. Hundreds of prizes and team photo giveaway presented by Minuteman Press for the first 500 fans. We're tied at 2, 9:18 the third. Face off in Chicago territory. Scantlebury lining up here against an unknown Hawk who's got his back bent so low that's DeGraff couldn't see his number. As Kazda will lay it ahead for Merrick. This has been the best line of the afternoon. Merrick, Kazda, and Scantlebury. Kazda to Scantlebury as the puck never connected. Followed up as Scantlebury into the far corner. Bumps it to Kazda. Shot never got to net. Second chance off Callaway's left shoulder. Big stop, point blank there on Kazda. Board battle on the right side. Dug free by Scantlebury. To the point, past the shorter. Right to Kazda. Down low, Merrick. Almost a give and go connection. Spagnolo lets it fly. And souvenir for a lucky fan here in the Fox Valley faithful. Tied at 2 with 8:42 here in the third. Shots are 26-21 Steel. This line has been connecting. I mean, great work. And that's not hockey. I mean, every line was connecting yesterday, but seems to be the most consistent line right now. You can't ask for it every game, but great look here. Steel turning it up a bit in the third. Leaks 3 to Millet, who just missed a slapper skate side of Callaway, and it's broken free by Crowder down low. He's got a look in tight, sharp angle shot off the side of the net. Kudrick rewires to Harris, launches it to the blue line. Millet, turnaround, Crowder deep slot, back to Millet, left blue line, frolicking Millet. Off the backboards, Crowder on his backhand, peels it to the point on the pass. Harris fakes, now he shoots. Glove save by Callaway, who tracks the whole way. Good stuff again, though, on the forecheck, and that time of year, ladies and gentlemen. Steele will send out Kazda again, Scantlebury, and Merrick. Defensively, it's Sinercha and Tuminaro. Tuminaro would be on the far side of your screen. Sinercha right to left, respectively. So Kazda will step in, tiptoe, Timmy. Won the faceoff, spunning to Sinercha one timer. Tuminaro, 5-hole save is made Callaway. Far wall. Tuminaro on guard, cuffs it down low in the far wall. Vikla seals off Aiden Merrick at the moment, tying him up. Behind the net, Scantlebury, turnaround. Threw it through the goal mouth, no one home. Tuminaro rushing over now behind the net. He's got it. Twisted it out front, and that was red now, and it's Ty Mason the other way. Looking for Colin Emery, who's got the goal late in the second, and now he's got a great pass here across. Big glove save, Loivar the rebound. Pops out with 7:35 and a 2-2 score as Kazda. Back to Tuminaro. Outlet through center to Scantlebury, who will just pipe it left. Wanded by Callaway. Sinercha's there, wants a trailer, but Sinercha stop starts, has a lane now. Looking down low, has slithered a pass through the goal mouth. Crowder into the right corner, trying to tow it deep, but it's Viviano intercepting. He's got a lane. Harris trying to match him. Viviano trying to go to the net. And he's got a chance. Stop! Loivar on the angle. Salvatore Viviano gaining leverage, getting a look to the net as Harris trying to match up with him, and a big stop made. Remains tied at 2. Merrick from Sinercha and Kazda in the first. James Russell from Jackson Schneider and Colin Emery answered. Emery, the go-ahead goal from Russell in the second. Kazda from Merrick and Tuminaro here in the third. Long story short, shots 29-22, still set play here. Schneider a stop there from Loivar. The rebound off of the blade here of Waterfield to the blue line. Right to left. I always think those set plays are so hard, especially off the face-off win as Loivar, a huge save. The Hawks have kind of what I thought they'd do, just play their best at least of the season right now. After getting whooped 9-1 yesterday, losers of 18-19, it's just, there's only so much you can take. As off the puck, Here comes the Hawks again. Owen DeGraff will fluff it in. Waterfield has been on the puck everywhere here this afternoon. Will keep the forecheck alive. Spagnuolo, Gret there, O'Donoghue seals him off. Leaks free now, Hawks. Lafleur, Shorter trying to stick with him. Travis Lafleur, far side, is gripped up. Lafleur exchanging. O'Donoghue is open. They get the puck to Tim now, curls. Blue Linus. Spagnuolo just got checked by O'Donoghue. And he wanted a little extra as Shorter tried to stick up for his teammate, but the Hawks and their 4th-ranked penalty kill back at it. Well, that was not a smart penalty. Your team is literally cycling the puck, getting a scoring chance. And they're calling something here maybe against the steal. We'll see if they are. I'm not sure. Crowder's getting an explanation. Well, there's no penalty against the steal. We're tied at 2. 6:04 as Calvin Bush is. Oh, one more time here. Rolling the tape. He's rolling the tape. Oh, they were sparring. Oh, spear. Yeah, knee. Right in the lower area there. And CB very calm. If it's a spear like that, it should be a match penalty almost. It wasn't the cross check, so a spear. And I hope it's deja vu from Friday because that means the Steel would have a couple of power play goals. We're tied at 2 at 6:04 now as the officials look at it. The emotion Friday was some different type of level. But this battle, I mean, you're competing in front of the net. Spagnuolo's done a fantastic job this year. Very disciplined kid, too. Great kid. See what the call is here down low. But working in front of the net, 5. And Bushy called it. So a Chicago power play for 5 minutes with 6:04. Adios for O'Donoghue. He doesn't know it either. Night is over. Well, he's still in the box, but he should be leaving the ice surface here. Surprised. Well, I'm sorry. Well, no, it is the 5 to O'Donoghue. So it's got to be served. I don't know why he's still in the box. And Keegan Davis, we're waiting. O'Donoghue has to be escorted out as Inertia chirps him. Scantleberry too. I love that about hockey. 2-2 Steel power play. This is it, folks. 6:04 to go in regulation. You got to score here. Yes, you got to. There's no if, and, or buts. Kozda lines up for the draw. 4th-ranked penalty kill in the USHL. Steel again, 10th on the man advantage. Numbers matter. Steel win the draw. Scantleberry to Sinercha. Left for Kozda. In the one-timer. Score! James Scantleberry on the one-timer. Lets her rip. Then Young Buck trucks it by the Steel to lead again, 3-2. Power play goal. Young Buck makes him pay. Scantleberry bucking. What a shot from James Scantleberry. And the outlet pass, Timmy Kozda's got a 3-point afternoon, and Callaway going left to right. He had no idea where that thing was. A lightning rod from James Young Buck Scantleberry. Always on the prowl. Antlers growing at 2009, one of the youngest players on the Steel roster. Well, to my knowledge, at the moment, he is Trevor Shorter, born in October of 09. Mulaney and Rooney in 09. I mean, team's gotten younger as they get a whistle stoppage of play. 3-2 Steel. 5:39 in regulation, 4:36 of power play time. January of 09, yeah, the Young Buck hard to believe that next year him and Timmy Kazda will be draft eligible. Both going to be very intriguing prospects, especially Timmy since he's got the late birthday. But Timmy, look what he's doing this year in the USHL. You just round out that game next year. They incredibly bright futures. It's Kazda now on a launch pad. Timmy pass to Senercha. Scantlebury settles it on the right side back to the runway. Scantlebury, right circle above it to Senercha, looking left, but this is flared down. 4:09 a power play time, 3-2 steal with 5:10 in the third. And how about Loivara's 8th straight start, 3 in a row here, 3-3. I mean, I asked him before, after the game yesterday, you think he can go 3-3? And he just said, I need the dinner. He needs the grub. Here's Gockler getting the stretch pass. He didn't say yes or no. Just smiled and said food. Here's Gockler down low for Kudrick. Gockler above the right circle. Down the runway shorter. Right to Gockler. Kudrick in tight. 3:32 in the power play. 3-2 steal shorter. Deep slot. Crowder's on the left side as the steal patiently wait for the opening. Gockler back from Kudrick. They play catch. Kudrick down low again. Gockler above the right circle. Swerves it to shorter. Right to Gockler. 3-2 Chicago. Power play for 3:14. Steal perimeter. Crowder. Little drip. Pass across Gockler. Down low Kudrick. Backdoor look. It was just behind Kudrick. One-handed by Shorter, but intercepted, and it could be trouble as Viviano trying to catch up with it. Broken up and played calmly by the goaltender, Vidi Loivara. 2:52 power play time. Drop pass. A little dangerous there as Mason almost read it from Gockler. Gockler chipped off the puck. Well, Waterloo, they can be a shorthanded threat this season. Again, for as bad as a team they have been, they have 6 shorthanded goals as well. They're 4th in the USHL, as mentioned on the penalty kill coming into today. Steal, Scantlebury sets it up again as the go-ahead goal. 3-2 steal, 2:22 power play time, 3:25 regulation. Kazda, Senercha looking right, read defensively by Lala Birdie, but View coming out with the puck to the net. Rolled as Callaway was able to find it. No, and View takes a little chipper at a loose puck, and he's going to be called here. One little extra whack, and they're calling View, I believe, for a penalty. Which is crazy. And even Mike Motto pretty vocal about that one. Very soft call. Just going hard in that. View, if you're watching. Oh, where's that? But it's okay. The replay. View of the original shot. The puck was kind of just snatched by the goaltender Callaway and just going for the puck. He didn't do anything to. But hey, it sets up for more draw. We are 4-on-4, a 3-2 steal lead with 3:10 in regulation. Senercha finds open ice. Senercha looking to go to Marco Island on the backhands. Very soft call. Waterloo should be counting their blessings. Here's Tuminaro, gets it, shoots it, save the rebound, in front, tuck, second time off the side of the net as Callaway sprawling and Crowder's denied. Just not enough open ice as Pound Town doing his best, but on edge, falling down, could not stuff it home. 4-on-4 for $137, and it'll be a 12-second Waterloo power play. Look at this. So on the side of the net, it's all angles. That's where your mathematics comes in, and you know my thoughts on math. But the point is, just can't on that back to forehand. A split second. Like, replays don't do justice in hockey because the game is so quick. And it's literally just split seconds of decision making right there. And very tough to finish off, but 3-2 steal, 2:50 in regulation. Two Hawks run into each other. Is that a penalty? As Mason will take it away. He's off to the rush here with Vikla. Sidestep Senercha to Monaro. Nifty move as the goal came flying off and Vikla slid it off. And if they're going to spot that face-off outside the steal zone. 3-2 steal courtesy of James Scantlebury. Look at this. They're showing this one on pay-per-view. Whoop. what did Chris Byrne used to say, kind of a fake the dump, go to the far side. And outside the steal zone we go. Scantlebury will take the draw with Harris to his right. Mail it defensively with Kazda. Puck is won free by Emery. Little give and go with Vikla. Emery in the steal territory. Winds it right. Chance out front. Tianovich crossbar. Oh my goodness. On the wedge play, puck races to the Waterloo bench. At the moment now remains 3-2, and now an intercept. Kazda fresh in the neutral zone into Hawks territory. Drops it off for Scantlebury. Has a lane. Tied up Scantlebury. Harris doesn't shoot. Now he does. Blocker save above the right circle on a wrister. Millet drops it back. Kazda trying to make a play. Mason got a piece. Kazda trying to tie him up. It does eventually flutter here to Harris. Holding the line, $1:53 to Chicago. We're 4-on-4 for 35 seconds, and the Hawks will have a brief power play. Intercepted by Kazda, right corner. Scantlebury to Harris. Doesn't shoot. Scantlebury. Puck possession now. Lasses the wagon. Cutting in. Scantlebury looking for the pass. Kazda in the deep slot. Backhanded feed. Millet. Kazda to the bench. Millet on the possession game. Right to Harris. Seam play for Crowder. Harris kind of wants a change. He's going to stay out here, the $1:20. Crowder trying to feed Harris. 4-on-4's over in 3 seconds. Still rip it hard, but hey, the puck with a $1:14, a 3-2 steal lead. Timonaro chases it down. Pinball, 6 seconds on the power play for Waterloo. Crowder will beat the clock here. He's got it at the red line. He'll shed it in the right corner. 3-2 steal. A minute to play in regulation right now. Vikla intercepted. And now a chance is in tight. Pinball! Glove save. Early whistle. Goodness gracious, these officials. And hey, it happens, right? We talk about it all the time. Evens out, but how do you call that whistle that early? Even the goaltender saying, come on, bro. Get in the game. 3-2 steal, 53.1 on the clock. Great work there. It was Kudrick stripping. Had Gockler wide open in the slot. 3-2 Chicago, 53.1 as Kudrick out here with Gockler and Crowder. Senercha, Tuminaro. Viviano up the boards, rams to Senercha, fetches within his defensive zone. Backpedals calmly and off the boards. The puck softly gels slowly into the Hawks zone. Dianovich will fetch. He just hit the crossbar moments ago. Behind his own net, 33 seconds and ticking. Hawks looking for the comeback here. They had the lead 2-1 the third. As Vikla waits behind his net patiently. Pass, he airmailed it, empty net, and Crowder in the empty net goes in front to Kudrick. Oh, and he missed the net point blank. The rebound on Gockler hit the post. Senercha to the net, blocked out front. Incredible. Hawks the other way, 10 seconds in regulation. It's an icing call, though. Oh, my. As we get it with 7.1 on the clock. 3-2 Chicago. Wow. Well, I remember one year there was a player, Chris Delaney. He didn't want to score in an empty net. That's how many goals the Steel would get, at least for his first career goal. He had a wide open net and he had to pass it. He gave it away and the other team tied it up. And for the Steel, well, back in the net is the goaltender, Callaway. Kazda pulls in for the draw, 7.132 steal in the offensive zone. Kazda won it cleanly, and Millet's going to let it sail to his own zone and bust out the clock. And the Steel complete the comeback in the sweep. Buenas noches. Take a seat, pal. Good night, Hawks. Millet gets engaged. Down goes the Panda. Viviano into it. Dog piles going on now. Scantlebury along with Nolan right now. Tussle. Well, Scantlebury's we got to be careful here. No fighting under the 2-minute mark, but the Hawks utterly frustrated by a putrid season that they have had, finding ways to lose. Young Bucks got the last laugh on Nolan. as those two exchange. And the steal. Say buenas noches, Waterloo. Good night, Hawks. What a comeback for Scott Gomez and his troops. We shout out Tyler Haskins, who's on to the big leagues in Europe. Well, Hazzy, where you been? 3-0 without you, bud. just kidding. But all part of the team as Haskins helps builds. Mike Motto and Scott Gomez walk off in the steal. Salute to Fox Valley faithful for the third comeback win after trailing through 40. Wow, where to start in this one? Aiden Merrick starts it off. I mean, this game was so even, folks, until we hit that crazy third period where it was still even, but just took another elevated level. Aiden Merrick against his former team, his 12th of the year on the power play, great puck movement. Kazda, the secondary, he had a 3-point game. Sinercha, the primary, he let it rip. And on the rebound, a huge power play goal. We talk special teams in our pregame show. There you go. I mean, hey, 2 power play goals for the steal. You need it sometimes. And the steal, make it 1-0. James Russell late in the first. After that, Waterloo push back. Jackson Schneider and Colin Emery assist. This was a blue line shot that went off the post and in. It looked like a screen. Tied at 1. Colin Emery late in the second. What an even period that was. 3 stars, Jim Leo.
Steele with 2 assists.